Many of us were raised fishing with cane poles. But as we grew up, we left that technology behind. Many catfishermen carry on a simple tradition of fishing with jugs. A line hooked to a float, floating or anchored on the river bottom. A recent flurry of comments on one of my cane pole fishing videos got me thinking about how I might integrate these old cane poles back into my fishing arsenal. In order to make these, some people will only put line at the tip of the cane pole. That's the wrong way to do it. You always start at the butt end. Okay, wait a minute. We'll do an anchor hitch. But why don't cane pole fishermen get out in deep water and fish deep with them? Okay. That's what I'm about to find out. Take my knife, split this guy down right here. Put the line down between that split. Over the next 24 hours, I'm going to rig these cane poles, get on the river, test them, put them through their paces to see if they can match my rod and reel and hand lines that you've seen me use over the past few years on this channel. Join me. Dragonfly. There he is, dragonfly. 100 millimeters Canon FD. Already hooked up. Can't get all the poles out and I'm already hooking up. That's what we're going for, eating size fish today. Mostly, this is not bait, I'll eat this guy. But mostly brim, bluegill, he's gonna get all in my water. You know you're a catfisherman. When you try to catch something else, you still catch catfish. Slowed downward down from the dam a little bit. And there's hardly any current to speak of, and the wind, there's hardly any wind. This method you need wind, so we're having to make our own current and wind with the paddle. Haven't had any bites so far. I think we're gonna get back up into the current because my guess is it's in the middle of the summer, it's hot, and those fish are gonna be below that dam in that highly oxygenated water. One pole, man. This is where they are. Cane pole. So you got one off that end of the boat, one off of this end of the boat, and then one kind of straight outside. So a three-pronged attack like that. We need to try to figure a way we can tie off up there to that spot. Whoa, that big hit right there. It's an interesting learning experience. have some ideas of how we're going to refine it. We need to put some kind of hook keeper on these so we can quickly stow the line and get back to a spot. Without a doubt, the way crappie fishermen do spider rigging, a trolling motor would be perfect in this situation. I don't like getting too close to that dam because it's just dangerous. If you don't have a reliable motor, don't get below the dam, you'll get killed. I think today would have been a better catfish day than a bluegill day. Wind is finally starting to pick up. I like this. 1, 2, 3. If I had another one out there, 4, 5, 6. We have what, like a crab rig? Not a spider rig. How many legs do crabs have? I forget, I don't know. Had something. Got one rod. I broke one. It had a big split in it and got hung up right below the dam there. So the thing I like about this is if I break a tip, who cares? It didn't cost me anything to make it. I go out and buy a $50 rod. That $50 rod breaks, that's another $50. The little short one hadn't had any bites, but this sort of heavy one, it's getting like getting all the bites, catching all the fish. Wind is moving pretty well now. The drifting is always better when the wind starts blowing. When the wind is, if it's just dead flat, I just don't hardly ever do too well on drifting. I don't know why I didn't bring my Handline today, because you know I typically do better on Handlines than anything. Wind's wanting to blow us back toward the dam. But we're on this side of this break wall, so since we're down one cane pole, I'm gonna rig this guy up. Surprisingly slow. We're on a new moon, so we should be bites good. Oh, well, that's what I did. I rigged up a Handline, and guess what? I just caught something. Literally, slow, and I rigged up a Handline. Another channel. You can either fish from the top of the water column down, or you can fish from the bottom of the water column up. I almost always have no luck fishing from the top down. I almost always catch my fish from the bottom up. But there we go, another little channel. 8-pound line, literally, on the Handline. And I'm almost out of bait, which is surprising. I didn't bring very many. Again, weights at the bottom. About 18 inches up, I got a hook, a dropper, another 18 inches up, another dropper, and another 18 inches up. Yes, I have another dropper. And I still got my cane poles out, but you don't have to have a Handline reel to fish with a Handline. You need line. You need some line, some weight, and some hooks and some bait. That's all you need. It's hot. It's slow. I'm going home. was a hard day. Just couldn't find them. We're in the right time of the month. It's a new moon, but they just weren't biting too much. So what are my conclusions? What do I think about it? I love there's always an advantage in a rod, even if it's rod and reel. It gets the line out from the boat. It gets it off into out from the side of the boat, so it creates some distance. 2, easier line management than the hand line. The biggest thing about rod and reel fishing, or rod fishing, line and rod fishing, even if it's a cane pole, is that you're fishing from the top of the water column down as opposed to the bottom of the water column up. I mean, even my jug lines are top down, but they work because they catch fish. So I think what we're going to do is continue to use the cane poles. We've got a couple more down here we need to rig up. More makes up for the one we lost because it had a split in it anyway. And we're just going to continue using the cane poles. We can adjust the depths. We can tie various leaders so we can get deeper, because that's really was the issue. It's just simply not getting deep enough. That's no problem. It's just a matter of putting a longer line on, putting a longer leader on. And so, but we didn't get skunked. I'm happy. See ya.